We're on the road of victory. The champions are made when they pee. I'm gonna road to victory. I'm gonna beat the trainers and beat the elite four, yeah. Welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, everybody. My name is Wubing. In the last episode, we entered the victory road and we started making our way through the scary, spooky cave of strong trainers. And in this episode, we're going to continue and maybe, hopefully, probably get our way through and get to the end. Hopefully, I don't remember how long this area is, but we're just going to keep on going. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're having a good day so far. This purple-haired girl is doing well because she has purple hair. And purple-haired people are cool. Like... the girl from Ghost in the Shell. There you go. I thought of a purple-haired girl. I had to think of it. I was like, there's got to be one out there that people know of that's cool. And there you go. What's her name? I don't know. I haven't seen Ghost in the Shell, but I heard it's good. Yep. All right. You know who else is purple hair? Mara Forest. Hell yeah. She's from Crow Country. It's like a... I just beat a game today called Crow Country. It's on Steam. It's basically like a homage to old school survival horror games back in the day. You know, like Resident Evil and Silent Hill, and that's it. Those are the only two I think of when I think of survival horror. But basically, it's like an old PS1 style looking survival horror game where you're a character, Mara Forest, and you go to this abandoned amusement park called Crow Country. And there's creepy monsters, and there's puzzles that you gotta do, and you gotta like dodge enemies because, you know, they're like trying to kill you, and you find like healing items and stuff like that. And there's like a cool story. Oh my god, it was really fun. It was so much fun, and I'm really excited to play through it again because first off, it was really fun. So now that I like know a bunch of the puzzles, I'm excited to just play through it again and just beat it like straight through, like speedrun style. But also, there's a lot of parts in the game where you get to make a decision. Like you're talking to a character and it's like, should I help them or should I say this thing to them? Like it like leaves it open for you to decide. And I really like that. And I feel like depending on the choices you make at different points in the game, you can get different endings. And I really want to try that because the ending I got was really cool, but I want to see what other endings there are. But yeah, Crow Country was such a fun game. Oh my god. Had a blast with it. And the main character in that game has purple hair. So there you go. She's also hilarious. She has like deadpan humor, like me. Oh, it was so funny. There's so many times when like I would make a joke and then she would say the same joke and I'd be like, oh, we're the same person. It's like the Spider-Man meme of like pointing at each other. It's like, yeah, you're me. Oh my god. Has anyone actually ever seen that episode of Spider-Man? I mean, obviously people have, but like majority of people that share the meme, have you actually seen that episode of the Spider-Mans pointing at each other? Because I know I haven't. And I never will, probably, unless someone posts the clip of the actual scene somewhere, because I've only ever seen the picture and it's very funny. It's a very good one, but I've never seen it. You know what I did see though? 2 days ago, I watched a movie called Brothers. Okay, I need to just like preface this a little bit. I was scrolling around on YouTube and a random video popped up in the side and I saw Tobey Maguire. You know, speaking of Spider-Man, I saw Tobey Maguire and it was like a scene where like he's in a kitchen and he starts like destroying the entire kitchen, and his wife, who I guess it's hinted at that she like cheated on him or something, and he's like freaking out on her because she cheated on him and he's breaking the entire kitchen and stuff, and he's just crashing out, dude. And I was like, you know, I haven't seen like any Tobey Maguire movies other than Spider-Man. Like that's all I know him for. So this is like, you know, I was just in a mood and I was like, let's just watch a Tobey Maguire movie. I don't know. I've never seen it before. Maybe it's good. Let's check it out. So I watched this movie called Brothers. Now this is the premise of the movie, okay? It stars Tobey Maguire, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Natalie Portman, okay? Tobey Maguire is like this like super dude, like military man. He's got like very good morals. He's strong-willed, whatever. He's like a stand-up guy who loves his family, right? But he's always going to war, so he's never like with his family. You know what I mean? And he's married to Natalie Portman, and they have 2 daughters or whatever. And then his brother is Jake Gyllenhaal's character. Jake Gyllenhaal is like the opposite of Tobey Maguire. He's like, a loser. He never amounted to anything in life. His dad is also in the military, and he tried to get the 2 of them to like be in the military together, like growing up. And only Tobey Maguire did. Jake Gyllenhaal didn't do it. And the first scene you see Jake Gyllenhaal is when Tobey Maguire goes to like a jail and he gets him out of jail. So it's like, so obviously he's a troublemaker, you know what I mean? So it's like the brothers, 2 sides of the same coin, you know what I mean? That's like the story they're telling. So Tobey Maguire is a war hero. He's a captain of an army team, and he goes out on like a war thing, and they're in a helicopter, and the helicopter gets shot down randomly, and Tobey Maguire's character gets killed. Supposedly, that's what we're told. Like they cut away from that, and they go back to like his wife and his brother's house, and they're like, his helicopter crashed, and they're like, oh my god, he's dead. And they have this big funeral, and everyone's like mourning and blah 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 blah. But then every now and then we cut back, and we see that Tobey Maguire is actually alive. He's like one of the only 2 survivors of the helicopter crash, and they're holding them hostage as to like bargain with the terrorists or whatever. And so it's like cutting back and forth constantly, where it's like Tobey Maguire is held prisoner and he's being tortured, and then they show his family, and it's like they're trying to like move on for life. They're trying to get used to life without their brother or their husband or their father, whatever it is. For each of them. And, eventually, feelings start getting grown between Tobey Maguire's wife and Tobey Maguire's brother. Now, it's hinted that these feelings are because, obviously they both love Tobey Maguire, and they're very sad that he's gone. So they're trying to connect with each other and, like, help each other out. But because they both miss him so much, they're like seeing some like things in the other person that remind them of Tobey Maguire. So they start getting these weird feelings, and they do a little kiss, they do a little mwah, and then they're like, oh, we shouldn't have done that. I only did that because I was just thinking of him, blah blah blah. And it's like, okay, it's fine. I understand. Tobey Maguire gets saved from being held hostage. The American army finds him, and they save him, and they bring him back home. And then all of his loved ones realize he's alive. He's been alive the whole time. And they're like, oh my god, I'm so happy you're back. Oh, I can't believe it. So then he starts working back into his family. But he has PTSD. Because, the things that were happening to him, they like messed up his brain. He's not the same person he was before. Now he's all paranoid. And so he's like hanging out with his brother and his wife and his kids, and they're all like ice skating or something. And Tobey Maguire and Jake Gyllenhaal are sitting on a bench, and they're watching his wife and his daughters like skate around on the ice. And it's like, oh, it's like a cute little family. Tobey Maguire looks over at his brother. He's like, hey, can you be honest with me? He's like, yeah, man, sure, what's up? He's like, did you sleep with my wife? And he's like, what? What are you talking about? What? And he's like, she's pretty good looking, and you guys seem like, close. He's like, dude, is something wrong with your head? What's going on with you? And he's like, I can forgive you. And it's like, what? So now Tobey Maguire is suspect that while he was away, because they thought he was dead, that his brother and his wife were sleeping together. He's paranoid about it. So now he confronts his wife about it. He's like, I think you're having sex with my brother. And she's like, no. We only kissed once. That was it. That's the truth. Okay? And she's like, so can you tell me what's going on now? He's like, okay. I think you're having sex with him. So it's like, he's freaking out, dude. He's freaking out. They only kissed from what we know, from what we saw. So now, it cuts to a scene. Obviously, Tobey Maguire is freaking out. He's all paranoid. By the way, I should have prefaced this whole thing with spoiler if you want to watch this movie. Go back and rewind. Spoiler alert for the movie Brothers, starring Tobey Maguire, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Natalie Portman. All right, now that spoiler warning's out of the way and I didn't totally spoil the whole movie for everybody, let's get back to what we're talking about. So, Tobey Maguire, he goes to so here's the thing I skipped over. When he was in the place where he was held hostage, right? I said him and one other person survived the helicopter crash. That other person that he was with, they were also holding hostage, obviously. And they did a thing where they were trying to use them to get info about their enemy or whatever. And so one of the things they did, they were obviously recording everything. They throw a lead pipe to Tobey Maguire, and they're like, you gotta take him out now. You gotta put an end to him. And he's like, no, I won't do it. And they're like, do it, or else we put an end to you. And he's like having an existential crisis. They're holding weapons up to him, and they're yelling. And then he's just he just snaps, and he has to take him out. Starts hitting with the lead pipe, and he's like, there you go, I did it. So that's another thing he has PTSD about, that he had to end the only other person he was with. And this was over a span of a few months. He was there for a long time. So obviously it was a big moment for him. You know what I mean? It was very sad. So he goes after this whole crash out with his brother and his wife, and he's accusing them of having sex together. He has to go out to clear his mind. So he goes to the grave sites of all the soldiers, all those tombstones that are just lined up in lines that as far as the eye can see. You know what I mean? He goes there and he goes and visits the grave of the dude that he had to take out, the dude he was held hostage with. And he kind of just clears his thoughts and his minds and stuff. And he comes back and he's like, I just had to go out, but I'm better now. I'm better. I want to get back to my family and my kids. It's all right, you know what? He's trying. He's gonna make change. He's gonna go back to the guy he used to be, right? So now it's one of his daughter's birthdays. And I swear to God, the scene came out of nowhere. I laughed my ass off. Okay, this is the whole reason I'm telling this story, was this one scene. So it's his daughter's birthday, and they have a scene of a dinner scene where they're all eating dinner and cake and they're telling stories and stuff. Now, the preface, okay? This whole time that everybody thought Tobey was dead, Uncle Tommy, which is his brother, was hanging out with his kids and his wife, because obviously he's their uncle, and he's trying to help them out around the house to try and help them get over the grieving process, and also help himself get over the grieving process and get close with his family and stuff, because that's his family. So right, the daughters are loving Uncle Tommy because it's like the dad they never had. Their dad was always out at war. They never got to see him. He always missed out on all their events and stuff growing up. So they love Uncle Tommy. And now that their dad's back, they're kind of disappointed. They're man, I was having so much fun with Uncle Tommy, and now my dad's here and it's not the same. So now they have this dinner party. Uncle Tommy shows up late to the dinner party. But when he shows up, the one daughter, who it's not her birthday, it's the other one. The one who's not its birthday, she's so excited when Uncle Tommy gets there. She opens the door. Uncle Tommy's with a girl. Well, what the heck? I thought you were single, Uncle Tommy. And not only that, Uncle Tommy met this girl an hour ago. Oh, it looks like he's fallen back into his old ways of being the loser and he didn't live up to expectations or whatever. So they're having this dinner scene, and this girl, Tobey Maguire's daughter, she's pissed. She's so mad at this whole scenario because Tommy is with a girl, and she doesn't like that. She doesn't want Uncle Tommy to be with a girl. She wants Uncle Tommy to be with her mom. So now this girl is at the dinner table, and she's telling a story or whatever. And she's talking about what she's doing, blah, blah, blah. And now Tobey Maguire's daughter has this balloon in her hand. and she starts like squeezing this balloon and to make it like make that noise. And it's so loud and it's like interrupting the whole dinner. And he's like, can you stop it? Like you could tell like the tension's rising in the room. Like everybody's like, oh my God, what's going on? Please stop making the noise. Trying to tell a story. And it gets to a point where like Tobey Maguire snaps. He flips out. He jumps over the table. He grabs the balloon. He pops it. And he's like, stop it. And she's like, and then his daughter starts going. And she's like, why couldn't you just stay dead? Uncle Tommy's way better than you. Uncle Tommy and Mommy have sex all the time. Like, and the face on the face on Tobey Maguire is just like, what did you just say? And like everybody's like, what the heck? And the daughter's like, I want to go home now. And it's like, what? Dude, no way. So now, this whole time, Tobey Maguire's been trying to clear his mind because, like, he's been so paranoid that his wife and his brother have been doing it behind his back. And they were like, no, we didn't. Now his daughter randomly wakes fucking like, yeah, they have been having sex all the time. So now it made him go crazy. Now he snapped. Now it's like, okay, his suspicions were confirmed. They were actually doing it behind his back. This is a double battle. I was not ready for this. Ooh, the Neatos. Do I have exit? Oh, I do have facepalm. Let's go. Okay. So like now this is where the crash out starts to happen. All right. Freaking. Hold on. I just gotta do my attacks here. Facepalm might die. Let's hope he doesn't. She doesn't. Damn it. So now this is where the scene with the kitchen happens. Like the whole crazy like freak out. Oh, he went after Ridley? What an idiot. That's 4 times effective against facepalm. That's crazy. So yeah, this is where the scene with the kitchen happens. Obviously, Tobey Maguire freaks out. Deservedly so. I mean, his daughter just said that she wishes he was still dead and that she likes Uncle Tommy better and that she wishes that, like, he was their dad instead, and that also that they've been screwing each other while he was held hostage the whole time. Like, that's messed up. That's messed up. You know what I mean? That's crazy. I can't believe that. So yeah, he has this freak out and like he's gonna like murder them or whatever he's gonna do. I don't know. Like that's like the, so yeah, and then no, he doesn't. Things are okay. He ends up relinquishing himself to the police, and then he's going like a therapy thing, and it's like, you know, they're trying to get their lives back together. You know what I mean? And that's how the movie ends. It wasn't a great movie. I won't lie. But you know, that one scene was so funny. Oh my God, that scene was the best. Mom and Uncle Donnie have sex all the time. Like, just like, what? First of all, you're like 7 years old. How do you even know? I mean, that's what makes me, this is what I mean. This is what I mean, okay? They only showed them kissing on screen. That's the only thing they showed between them. But I have a feeling that they actually were doing it. They just didn't show it. It was just implied. Because, you know, when Tobey Maguire is asking his brother, like, hey, did you guys do it? He doesn't outright say no. He's more just like, what's wrong with you, man? Why would you think that? He doesn't be like, no. Like, dude, are you crazy? Why would I do that? What are you talking about? Like, I'm your brother. That's your wife. I would never do that. He's more just like, what's wrong with you, man? You okay? So, like, and now the daughter is, like, confirming the suspicion. I think they were doing it, and I think they were doing it loud, where the kids heard it in their room. And the kids were like, dude, I'm trying to sleep. I got school tomorrow. And they're just like, I don't care. I don't care about your school. What? You don't fight me? You should be proud of yourself, having battled your way through Victory Road so courageously. In recognition of your feat, I'll teach you Double Edge. Ah. So there's a move tutor. He teaches Double Edge. Double Edge is a really strong attack. Like if I show you, like I'll go to Ridley here, right? It's a really strong normal type attack. But the downside of it is that it damages you as well when you use it. It's like 120 power is pretty good, but I don't want to do damage to myself, so no, thank you. But we made it through Victory Road! Hell yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking about. Now, that was tough. There was actually a lot of strong trainers there, but we made it. We did it. Okay, there's a bunch of hidden items here. Gotta get them. Hold on, there's one right there. Oh, the repel wore off. A lumberry. Lumberry. That heals all status effects. Okay, now we got a little maze we gotta go through. There's also a hidden item in here, right here. Hey, ha! Maxi elixir. That's also a dead end. Dang it, I gotta get out. Gotta get out of here. Which way do I go? What is the point of this little maze, by the way? I almost feel like... Did you just close your eyes and place shit all around to just confuse me? Welcome to the Indigo Plateau. This is the final area of the game. This is where the Elite Four lie in wait. And this is where we're going to end the episode. Because in the next episode, we're not going to do the Elite Four. Not yet. There are a few things I have to do first beforehand. So we're going to end the episode right here outside of the Elite Four. If you guys liked this episode, please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you want to watch more. I hope you enjoyed me spoiling the entirety of a movie's plot. I realized that went on for basically the entire episode. It was a bad movie. Don't worry about it. I'll see you in the next episode.